Hello everyone, Sodor Adventures here, back again with another layout video. Now this layout video begins at Tidmouth Sheds, where we have the steam team, Thomas, Henry, Gordon, Percy and James, where they've met with a lot of other engines. On your left we have Mavis, which Mavis's line leads to the work sheds where the Scottish twins, Donald and Douglas, are resting. And as you come down the line from Donald and Douglas, we have Boko here talking with Daisy and Bill and Ben. Now on your right we have Oliver and his brake van towed next to the water tower. Then Oliver's line wraps around to a switch, and then further down we come to a T-switch where Emily is, and up from Emily is where Lady is with the fat controller. And on your right we have Toby with Henrietta, and then we've got Edward and Duck here at a switch of points. Now we'll take you over to Knapford Station, where we have Bertie the bus. And then we have Stanley pulling ready to pull old slow coach. Then Rosie with some troublesome trucks, and Stepney volunteering to take Annie and Clarabelle to give Thomas a break. And then we have Hero, who is surprisingly pulling Gordon's express coaches. Now, Knapford Station breaks up to 4 different points here, with each line going all different ways around the layout. But first, we'll go to Stanley's line, which Stanley's line comes to a set of points where you can go right onto Duck's line, or you go straight ahead, continuing on where Stanley's about to go. You come to where Emily is at the T-switch. Now Rosie's line leads to a bridge that bypasses Tidmouth Sheds, which wraps around and leads into Brendam Docks over there, which we'll go into more detail later. Now Stepney's line follows through under the stone bridge, and then over here we have Vicarage's Orchard. Now through the stone tunnel we come to a signal, which you can either go right leading into Wellsworth Station, or you can turn right and lead into Wellsworth Yards, which at Wellsworth Yards we've got Neville, Fergus, Dennis, Victor, Hank, Big City Engine and Derek, who is getting repaired. And back over where Hank is we have the coal hopper. Now back at Wellsworth Station, we've come to another set of points here, where if you go on the left line that leads to Gordon's Hill, and if you go straight ahead we come to the freeway switch, which brings us here to Brendam Docks. Now at Brendam Docks you can go one of 3 ways. You can go left here, which brings you up to a bridge, which leads to 2 lots of Sodor Bay bridges, which that line there runs down across behind Tidmouth Sheds. But back in the middle line here, as we come up, go around into a set of points where we have Flying Scotsman here, who's coming into Brendam Docks. Continuing on Flying Scotsman's line, we come to Borstro, who's just delivered some cargo here, which Salty here is helping Cranky unload some. Behind Salty, we have Captain, who's come in here. And then we continue along Salty's line, where we come to a set of points. Now, the set of points here, we come around, which leads to where Harvey is. And further down, we have Molly. And where Molly is another set of points, which leads into a siding where Murdoch is staying. And we come down Murdoch's line, where Billy is, at another set of points. As you go right here, which leads to another set of points where Arthur is in a siding. And then we come down to Spencer here. Now Spencer's line comes down and around and comes back to where Daisy is, talking with Boko, Bill and Ben, which leads back to the Timoth Sheds. Now we're going to go back to Salty's line here, and as I said earlier, where these set of points meet here, but this time we're going to go behind here where we have the Sodor scrapyard, which comes around and leads back up to the bridge that bypassed Timoth Sheds, and then that line leads back into Knapford Station onto Rosie's line. Now we're going to go back to Knapford. Now onto Hero's line. Now Hero's line comes around to where we come to, I like to call this the X switch, but you can call it whatever you like. Now, here we come along a stone bridge which goes up and over this line here. Then we come around to a set of points. Whereas you go left, here you have Dart, who's out the front of the Diesel Works, where you have Diesel 10, Splatter and Dodge, Arian Burt, D199, Dan, Norman and Diesel here. Now we come back onto Dart's line, back to the set of points here, and you go straight ahead here. This is where you have the fire station, where we have Flynn and Bell. Leading on to Bell's line, we come to a T switch. And then Bell's line continues down to the set of points, and then we're at Wellsworth Yards. Now back on to Bell's line, and that leads right back into Wellsworth Station. Now as we come over here, we have Farmer McCall's farm, which is beside Gordon's Hill. But we're going to go up and over Gordon's Hill here. So we come to a set of points here where we've got, I'll call this Henry's Tunnel, which is in an odd spot because it's next to Gordon's Hill. But nonetheless, we're going to go through Henry's Tunnel here, which here we have like a little countryside area where we have Terence here in the field next to the windmill. Then following through Henry's Tunnel, which comes around back onto Flying Scotchman's line, which leads into the docks. Now as we come back along here at the set of points at Gordon's Hill, at the end of Gordon's Hill, and we have the Sodor honey factory, and then we come to a railroad crossing here, which leads into the Sodor hospital where Harold the helicopter is sitting on top here. And as you go to your right, we have Bulgy. Now back at the railroad crossing, we come around to a station here where we have the Sodor beach, I like to call it. And then over there we have the Sodor lighthouse. Now back at the station we come to a switch here where we're going to take a right here, and this line follows through, and we come around to Farmer McColl's farm, and then that leads back into the T switch here. Then we're going to go across the T switch, up and back around, and we'll go through the stone bridge, leading to a set of points here, where that point leads into a very poorly done Henry's Forest, and that leads back into the X switch. Now back through Henry's Forest we come around back to the set of points here where we have the Sodor Airport Station. As we come around here we have the Sodor Airport, where that line there comes up over the bridge bypassing the diesel works, and we come around to where Sydney and Paxton are at the clock tower bridge, and then we go through here, come around, and then that line leads back to the station where the beach is. Now we're gonna go back over here, back over to Tidmouth Sheds, but we're gonna go behind Tidmouth Sheds, where the line behind Tidmouth Sheds is a bit of a wonky sort of line, but that leads to where the lines form into two sets of lines, and here we have the conductor's shed, and those two lines come around here and they wrap around into Neptford Station to Stepney and Heroes line, and we go over behind Rosie's line, that wraps back around to where the two lines meet as well. And then on Stanley's line, that comes around, wraps right back in to Tidmouth Sheds to where Edward and Duck are. And I think that pretty much covers it. I hope you guys enjoyed this layout video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me what your favourite part of the layout is. And I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.